Right, we'll give it a go and we'll see what we get. Right. Male in spirit. Right? And what I feel is, I feel like this male has just passed very quickly. I don't know if he was ill. I just feel as though it was 1 minute it was here, the next minute it was gone. There was like no build up to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's fine. As long as you can understand, that's absolutely fine. Now, I don't know if your mum's up there, is she? No. Because he's acknowledging it's your dad, because he's acknowledging your mum.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if your mum was up there. That's fine.
No.
I know it's your dad because he's just shouted at me. So I need to,
see.
yeah, I need to tell you it's your dad. But he's acknowledging your mum, and that's why I wondered if mum was up there, because I was like, hold on, there's two, but there isn't. Right. It tells me that people still acknowledge every year, officially acknowledge him every year. So I don't know if you post on your social media, I don't know if you put it on a remembrance page or something, but it's acknowledging that there's something, and it's like it's like taken aback. It's like they keep remembering, and it's like, well, they're gonna, but
Yeah.
it's for him. It's like, what else you giving me? What else you giving me? I'm trying to get his name. I'm trying to get his name. I just come a bit closer. I might be able to get it. Sometimes I can get them. Sometimes I can't. I'll just give you what I get. Is that all right?
Yeah.
At the minute, I've got a K in a love art.
That's, yeah, my mum's
Right.
initial.
That's fine. I've got a K in a love art. Okay? And I'm asking him what his name is. And he's giving me a Terry's chocolate orange.
Yeah.
All right?
His name, Terry.
Right, that's
Yeah.
fine. He's giving me, and I'm thinking, I wish that was real because I could eat that. But it's
Yeah.
not. But that's what he's giving me. So that's how I've got his name. But yeah, he's definitely acknowledging a K. It's like a love art with a K in it. And I feel as though your mum and him were like proper soulmates. Like, they weren't just married, they were best mates, they were everything. They had a marriage that a lot of people envy.
Yeah, they did.
Like, all of us who were married, we all have our own lives, don't we? But we'd look at them and we'd think, God, I wish we were like them. There was just so much, and you could not only see the love between them, you could feel the love as well, because that's what he's giving me. I feel as though there was a lot of love.
Yeah, there was.
Well, I'll tell you now, when it comes to mum, when it's her turn, I can tell you now who's going to be waiting for her. Tell you now, because he's there telling me. I'm like, right, all right, it's not her turn yet though. Yeah, I know, but I'm just telling you, I will be there. So it's like a reassurance that he will be there for mum. Right. Now, it's given me two. Do you have two children?
Yeah.
Because he's acknowledging two. So he's acknowledging his grandchildren, two grandchildren. I don't know if they were here before or after he went, but the feeling he's giving me is, I believe he's met one of them.
Yeah.
And he's met another one spiritually. Because I feel as though when I spoke about the grandchildren, it was like he was giving me an image of him near one as a little one. But then he was giving me an image of him looking over a cot at another one. So to me, that's he's looking from spirit. He's looking down from spirit at this child, okay? Right. What else you giving me? Sorry if I go quiet. I have to try and get what I get from him. Now, he's acknowledging a Dave. Do you know who a Dave? I have to give a Dave. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
I have to give Dave. I have to give that name. So he's acknowledging that. Right. Are Dave's parents in spirit?
No, I think he means David. He's just left me at the beginning of August.
Right. Okay, that's fine. Because I feel as though there's something about Dave, and I couldn't work out if he was trying to tell me his parents were up there, or I don't know. It was very strange, that. But he's acknowledging that name. Right, what are you giving me now? I feel as though he's sending you, it's like he's sending you strength across, because I know you've just said to me that this male's left. But what he's saying is, you are stronger than what you think. All right?
Yeah.
And stop blaming yourself. Because what I'm getting is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have to give you what he's given me. All right? What I'm getting is, I feel as though you've questioned if you did anything wrong.
Yeah.
You've questioned whether the way you feel at the minute about yourself and things like that has added to this situation. And no, it's not your fault. Nothing to do with you. I do believe there's that saying, because Dad's given me the image of it, and it's, the grass is never greener on the other side, you know.
Yeah.
We all look back and it's like, regret that, don't you? Regret that. So, you know, but I had to acknowledge that name. Because when he said that name, it was like he gave me an image of two people, a male and a female, and that's why I wondered if his parents were up there. But I couldn't understand why he'd given me them. So my feeling on that is he's given me the parents because there's a chance that the parents could have, let's just say, stirred that pot.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Right, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Right. He's also given me this feeling in my stomach, and it's like a gut-wrenching feeling. It's like, you know when they say you've got that feeling in the pit of your stomach? If I yawn, I apologise, it's because I use my energy. And you get that feeling, don't you? And it's like, you deep down, you know what the answer is to what you need to know. But you're hoping that it's not that. But I need to tell you, you need to follow your gut. But you also need to remember the ball's in your court. All right?
Yeah, thank you.
It's all right. That's what he's given me. He's very protective, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's very protective. Right, come on. I don't know what he means by this, but I've got like an arch, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why he's giving me it, but I need to acknowledge an arch. Does that make sense in any way?
Yeah.
That's fine.
My son's called Archie.
Right, that's fine. He's acknowledging an arch. I have to give you the arch, so he's acknowledging that. I feel as though as well he's drawn me back to Mum. And I feel as though she's still as raw as she was the day he left with grief.
Yeah.
She still can't fathom it, and she hasn't come to terms with it. But I also know that Mum will draw strength from you, because it's like, as his Dad's telling me, you need Mum at the minute, and Mum's going to get you through it, right?
Yeah.
but it's going to help her as well process what's happened with your dad. It's going to help her find her strength. So what's happening at the minute is horrendous, how you're feeling, because it is. But it's going to bring you and mum a bit closer together, and you're both going to get through it. You will get through it. Right. Give me that again, because you started and then you stopped. He's saying when you spoke to him at the cemetery, he tried to respond to you.
Yeah, I felt like he was there.
It was like he was trying to give you some kind of inclination. He was, I couldn't get my words out then. Dad's got false teeth. Because I couldn't get my words out. He played with my teeth. But yeah, he said, when she spoke to me at the cemetery, I did listen, you know, and I did try and respond to her. So that's just acknowledgement that he is about you, and he does, you know, he does listen to you.
Yeah.
He does listen. And just because he's in spirit, you know, he can still guide you and he can still be there. He's also telling me that when you were crying, I've got an image of you in my mind's eye, and he's given me it, and you laid in a fetal position in bed with the duvet over you, and you sort of like got the duvet here. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
And he said when you were doing that, he was stroking your hair. All right?
Yeah.
He was there in his own way. He was there in his own way. Right, come on. I feel like there's something coming up for you. It is a change, obviously, what you've gone through anyway. There's a change coming up for you, but I feel as though when it's first mentioned or when it's first discussed, you're going to be a bit like, God, no, oh no, I can't be doing with this, I can't be doing with this. But you're going to do it. And you're going to turn back and think, oh my God, I'm glad I did that. I've done the best thing. I'm also feeling as though, and I don't know if you've spoke about this recently to anybody, but I'm looking at my house keys over there. I'm being drawn to my house keys. So I don't know if you've spoke about moving. Okay?
Yeah.
I need to give you that from Dad. So I don't know if you've spoke about it because you don't want to move or you want to move. That's not my business. I don't need to know that. I just know what he's given me. But what I do know is, don't feel like you have to stay in that area or that house for the sake of memories with Dad or anything like that. You know, it's here. You don't need to stay around there if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay? I also feel as though you're going to be possibly moving back to Mum. Not in her house, but I feel as though there's that sort of area as you're going to go back towards your mum. Right, do you have a sibling?
No.
You're an only child?
Yeah.
Right, because
my dad did have a son in a previous marriage.
Because I've got that you've got a sibling, that's all it is, and I couldn't work out why when you said you were an only child.
Yeah.
But he's acknowledging a sibling.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you giving me? What else you giving me? I know as well that there's been I don't know if it's on your radio in your car or in your house or something. Oh God. Or I don't know if, for example, Alexa's randomly started playing, but I feel as though there's a song that you connect with your dad that you've heard recently. and it wasn't a case of you purposely put this song on. And again, it was his way of knowing you, letting you know he was there.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. It's also given me that you've been speaking about going to a Christmas market. Because he likes that idea, the Christmas market. And I feel I need to tell you from Dad to stay off the mulled wine. Or too much of it. He liked things like that, did you, Dad? Because he's given me an image of him walking about and there's the Christmas lights up and there's the smell of the food stalls and there's the Christmas songs and stuff. And I feel as though, I'm not going to say he was a top Christmas fan because I don't believe he was. But I do feel as though when it came to visiting places and seeing things like that, he loved to see different things and he loved to smell different smells, and he's given me that as like an acknowledgement for the markets, Christmas markets. Bless him. Right, do that again. He's doing something with his hand and I can't work out what. I don't know if he did something random with his hands, but he's doing something with his hand and I can't work out what he's doing. It's like, I don't know. Do you understand what I mean? I can't. It's very weird that. He's doing something with his hands, he's trying to make me do it and I don't know what he's doing. Unless he was a raver many years ago, I don't know. But I feel as though I want to do something with my hands. That's what he's doing. Bless him. I also feel I need to tell you to look in his toolbox. Don't know why. If it's anything like my dad's toolbox, my dad's got like a big massive toolbox that looks like a massive chest of drawers, and he's got this other toolbox thing. So if you ever came through to me from Spirit and somebody said, look in your dad's toolbox or look in your dad's shed, I'd be screwed. I'd be there for a week. But I feel with your dad, I feel as though he had one of them metal toolboxes with a handle. Because that's what he's given me. I can feel it in my hand. Can you hear that music? That song has literally just started outside. I don't know where it's coming from. And I don't know if you understand it, but it's Bette Midler, Wind Beneath My Wings.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's why I said, did you hear that music? I'll do this and that's freaked me out. I don't know where it's come from. There's no cars moving or nothing. It's literally just started and stopped. So take that song. Because it's not for me. I know for a fact it's not for me. But yeah, it's like one of them toolboxes, them metal ones. Because I remember years ago, my granddad had one as well. And I feel as though you'd open it, but then you'd open it again.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he's telling me to look in it, to look in the toolbox. So I don't know if you've got any little jobs that need doing and he's telling you to get his tools and do it yourself. I don't know. But when you get a chance, have a look just to see what's in there.
Yeah.
That's fine. As long as you can do that, that's fine. Because otherwise, if you don't, he's going to keep coming to me and prodding me and going, will you tell her? Just, have she looked in that toolbox yet? And I'll be like, I don't know. So make sure you get a chance to look in his bloody toolbox. Right, we're going to do your cards. Right. Do you suffer with your fingers at all?
I've had was younger with my finger.
Because it's like I'm getting a weird pain in my finger, but it's spreading to my other fingers.
I do, yeah, I do get that occasionally. I'm thinking I've probably got a bit of arthritis.
Yeah, and I'm sat there thinking, I know I've got it, but this isn't for me.
Yeah.
That was weird, that. Right. Come on, choose a 3 cards. I can hear it again. I'm surprised you can't hear it through that. Karen. Karen. Karen.
Yeah, that's my mum's.
Karen. It's just literally Karen. I'm like that. Karen. All right then, Karen. There you go. Just acknowledge mummy. Your first card is drawn you is. What I do, my darling, is when this is over, when it's over, it sounds like it's something bad, isn't it? When I finish the reading, I photograph them in the order that I've read you them. And then I send you them through your inbox. All right? Yeah. Your first card is, now you've got to listen to Dad with this card. Angel of New Beginnings. It is a new chapter that's going to start in your life. And it's the weird thing on this card is there's an arch. You go through the arch though, but there's an arch. Who's acknowledging little one as well. Through this arch on this card, you can see the skies and the beautiful ocean, and you can see the clouds and everything. It's like one of them places where you go through an arch into this place and everything's wonderful. And I feel as though you're going to start your new beginning. But I don't know if you're going to go through this arch straight away, because you need to heal and you need to come to terms with what's happened, okay? But I do feel like there is new beginnings coming for you. And I feel as though it's possibly a house move. We've already discussed this already. But I also feel as though you're going to reconnect with people who you've lost. There's going to be friendships that you haven't seen for a good year or whatever. But you're going to start reconnecting with people, and you're going to build yourself up and find your strength as well. And I do feel as though this is for you. This is your new beginning, and that's why I was giving you that card. It's good, isn't it, when they do that, isn't it? Yeah. Your next card, Angel of Happiness. You will find it. I promise you, you will find it. But it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. It is going to take time. But I don't just feel you're going to be happy in your life in general. I feel you're going to be happy within yourself. Because I think you're going to come out of this and realise that you've lost yourself. Yeah. You've lost who you are. And when we're with somebody who, I mean, if I'm out of order saying this, tell me. But I feel from what Dad's telling me that when you now can speak your opinions and they're heard, let's just say that. You now are listened to, and people listen to you, and nobody speaks for you. Does this make sense? Yeah. And I feel like you're going to find your own happiness in yourself. You're going to have a new beginning in your happiness, and that's what I feel. And this is so strange, but the last card is drawn is for you, but he's drawn it for your mum. Angel of Soulmates. That's for mum, because obviously that's how he feels. They'll always be soulmates, they'll always be together. Just because at the minute they're not together physically, they will be back together spiritually. Yeah. With you, I feel you are going to find a soulmate. But I feel it's going to take a long time, because I feel as though you've got to find your happiness first. And I also feel with you, with a soulmate, I feel as though it's going to be somebody totally unexpected. It could even be a friendship type of soulmate. It could even be, you could even rekindle a friendship with a male or a female, but you're going to have this connection. Because I feel as though you've lost a lot of friends. And I feel as though you've lost who you are throughout these last few years. And you don't understand, because of how you feel and what you've gone through, what it's like when you find that person who you click with. As I say, you don't have to be in a relationship sexually. You can have a friendship relationship and you can still have that connection. So I do feel it is coming for you. But again, is acknowledging mum. So I have to give it to mum as well. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop the recording.